So Wesley Matthews will come off the bench for Frank Vogel. And the normal starting five for Utah's were underway in Salt Lake City. Donovan Mitchell, yesterday named an all-star reserve for the second straight. Because of the injury, he will not play. And Devin Booker of the Suns was named his replacement earlier today. Offensive rebound by Mitchell off the O'Neal miss. Here's Conley, who has played very well, shooting a career-high 41% from three-point land.
Mike Conley was disappointed that he didn't make the All-Star team. Well-deserved. But there's a lot of guys that have that argument in the Western Conference.
Conley with a steal and 5 quick ones. Lakers riding a 3-game losing streak. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Blew a 17-point lead against the Wizards at Staples on Monday. Here's Gasol from deep. No good. Rebounded by Bogdanovich. Conley doubled. They work it around to O'Neal. Lakers have the #1 defense in the NBA, but a lot of that is because of Anthony Davis missing his 4th straight game tonight. Not a few more weeks with that aggravated Achilles and calf strain. James being defended by O'Neal. Now when the switch has Gobert on him. Called off by Bogdanovich. Here's Morris with the jumper, and the Lakers are on the board.
And I like the idea of getting Morris and Tucker in the starting lineup. LeBron James needs help. Guys that can create offense on their own. Morris is a proven scorer, and Tucker, a young guy that can handle the basketball and make plays for himself.
And also bringing Kuzma off the bench gives them some punch from that reserve group. It's likely that Vogel will still close the game with Kuzma. Here's Horton.
The lineup that they had before. It's basically LeBron, make a play for me and get me a shot. Tucker's the one guy that can put the ball on the deck and get his own offense.
He started the game last year for the Lakers in the bubble. Good defensive play by Gasol. Excellent pass ahead. And then the finish by James at
defensive end. Former defensive player of the year. Aware, alert, understands principles, and he can disrupt a lot of what you're trying to do offensively.
13th season for Gasol, age 36, 3-time All-Star as well. Shot clock at 4. Here's Mitchell taking the long 2. Ends up in the hands of Conley. Gobert can't finish inside. Here's Caldwell Pope. Comes up short on the 3. Hit the deck. The numbers for Utah right now, and Conley ends up wide open. Hits the 3. And Conley off to a great start with 8 of the 10 Utah points.
You have to be committed defensively against this Utah Jazz team. So many weapons around the perimeter. They will make you pay the price for making a mistake in rotation.
Horton Tucker only shooting 29% from out there. He's got 5 points. He was drafted in the 2nd round in 2019 by the Magic. Traded to the Lakers. Only played 6 games last year. Spent most of the season in the G League. He was great in the preseason, earning a spot. 19 by the bench, the most in NBA history, as James fouled by Royce O'Neal after the alley-oop attempt. Never scored this many points per game at age in his 18th season or later. Played 43 minutes the other night against Washington. Did miss a free throw at the end of regulation, though, that might have won the game.
I like what he said. Basically, I want to play. I'm not tired. This is what he worked for in the offseason, and he put himself in position to play extended minutes. He's fine with it.
Bogdanovich, no. Lakers ball down 2. 7.5 remaining here in the opening quarter in Utah. Lakers back home to face the Blazers on Friday. Warriors on Sunday. Good ball movement here. Morris for 3. First rebound for Gobert. He's 3rd in the NBA in rebounding, and then a Utah turnover. Mitchell and Conley not on the same page.
I really like the fact that Gobert was rewarded with another all-star appearance. What he does for this team defensively, what he does for this team setting screens and diving to the cup, they're not as successful without Rudy Gobert in his presence on both sides of the floor.
He's the anchor of that defense. Much improved offensive player as well. Contests the shot there by Gasol. Missed it. Morris is there, and Morris puts it. Going to go back to New Year's Eve against Phoenix for their last home loss.
But again, you just don't have those type of runs being on an offensive tear or a defensive tear. They have been a complete team on both sides of the floor, which has put them in position.
Ricky Rubio is our point guard as opposed to what we have now with more three-point shooting.
Two bigs, neither one of them, even though they were very good players, neither one of them shooters. And all of a sudden, downsize, have the ability to spread the floor. It's a totally different basketball team. And give Quinn Snyder, who's in the discussion for Coach of the Year, a lot of credit for adjusting and staying true to who he is principles-wise, but also adjusting to the type of team that he had in front of him to coach.
Here's James down the middle of the floor for the slam. And LeBron James gives the Lakers the lead. He's got 6 points now. Tough pass to handle there for Derek Favors, who is back with the Jazz, but coming off the bench after 1 year in New Orleans. Spent the first 9 years with Utah. You got Ingles on James. Here comes the double. Gasol spinning and hitting. 4-point lead for LA.
I like the defense not allowing LeBron James to play one-on-one coming off of that screen, forcing him to get rid of the basketball and living with Marc Gasol making the play.
Bogdanovich stepping back for a deep.
At this point, looking at this Laker team, but it's about making sure at the end of the day, Anthony Davis is healthy and whole and take as much time as possible, because the seeding doesn't matter. If they have a healthy Anthony Davis, they'll be just fine.
They got a 1-point lead right now at Utah. LeBron James on the bench. He has 6 points so far to lead the Lakers in scoring. O'Neal with a spot up three. That's Fox. Utah ended up losing in the first round of just a phenomenal series. One of the most entertaining series we've ever seen. As an offensive call here is not scored yet his team is up by 2. Here's Matthews, who's been starting but coming off the bench tonight. And there's the reigning sixth man of the year, Montrezl Harrell. Granted, he won that award with the Clippers last year. In his first year with the other team in LA.
Done lately in the absence of Anthony Davis is giving Harrell much more touches on the block, whether it be post-ups or little half isolations, and forcing him or requiring for him to be aggressive offensively, creating something.
He played a season-high 26 minutes Monday against Washington. Was not out there closing the game, though, against the Wizards. Harrell with a turnaround jumper. No good, and rebounded by Mitchell. Mitchell turns on the Jets, drives to the goal, can't get it. He's 0 for 5 from the floor, but a second chance opportunity. Mitchell hoisted against Caruso, double clutching. Caruso weaving through traffic, puts it up and gets it to drop to tie it at 21.
One thing about this Utah Jazz team, they are so deep, so talented. You're talking about, in my opinion, the runaway Sixth Man of the Year award already is Jordan Clarkson. But their versatility, their depth, proving guys that you know what you're going to get night in and night out, it puts you in position to win ball games.
Hey, how about George Niang, who's their ninth guy, right? And their game the other night, he goes 7 for 7 from 3. And he played less than 20 minutes. The first player in NBA history to do that, as Kuzma knocks it out of bounds. But to your point on Clarkson, remember he started
the best basketball of his career.
Well, it almost looked like a throw, didn't it? Then a shot by Ingles, but it went in for the 6th Utah 3. Gobert's on the floor trying not to get stepped on. Count the basket and a foul.